We'll start front row on the left.
Garrett, kind of a two-part question. One, what does it mean to you to have this kind of performance in this situation? And two, if you haven't been told the things that you did tonight, third most strikeouts, tied for third most strikeouts in postseason history. Bob Gibson was the first one, seventh pitcher to have that many strikeouts and with no walks, stuff like that.
Well, you know, I'm just happy we got the win. It was tight there at the end, and I just was pleased with how we were going about our game plan tonight. We were executing more pitches than not. We put ourselves in a good position to go deep, and we put ourselves in a good position to work out of a couple jams. I thought Maldonado was fantastic. I thought we played really sharp D. Carlos picked us up with a couple amazing plays. Same with the outfield. George cutting Meadows down to a single. Will picking us up late. I mean, as far as the other stuff, Mark, you know how I answer these things. It's we got a lot more work to take care of. There's a few months this winter that maybe we can sit back and have a drink about it. But right now, it's on to the next one. Yeah, I know. It's okay.
On the right, third row.
Garrett, the ability with which you mixed all your secondary stuff, now you look like, do you know early in a game when you have everything working like that, and when did you kind of know tonight that it was all
on? Some games, yeah, but I mean, I made a couple mistakes that I thought we set up well. It gave us a little bit of leverage, you know, but pitches can kind of come and go throughout the night, so it's more about just trying to pick good spots to miss in. I knew that we had some weapons that we could use, and we had talked about all four of the weapons, obviously, in the game plan early. And so it was just about making good choices, and we did that.
On the right, third row.
Garrett, when you come out of the game, the Hinch comes out, and then your teammates are kind of around you, and they're patting you, and the crowd just gets louder and louder. You saluted the crowd. What was that moment like for you? That might have been the strongest moment you've had since you've been a part of this team.
Yeah, I mean, this is the reason why we played 162 and tried to win as many as we could, because we wanted to play in front of these fans. The ovation was pretty special, and you know, they were standing like first strikeout of the game like 3 hours before that. So you know, there was some traffic on the bases, and there was still some work to be done, but you know, I feel like we have a good connection to the fans as a team, and so you know, it was a special night. They were into it, and I think we felt them out there as well as they felt us. And like I said, it's why we played our butts off for as long as we did, because we want to play as many games in front of these people as we can.
Left center, Richard.
Gary, what's the pride you take in getting consistently deep into games at a time when, you know, you have teams looking like one time through the lineup, whatever? What's the pride you take in doing it your way?
Yeah, I grew up watching guys that did that, and you know, there's like two dynamics to the season, right? There's 162 games, and then there's the playoffs, and as far as the pitching staff goes, it's a collective unit, and you know, if certain guys get overused or you know, you have to lean on certain people too often. Sometimes that can spiral you out a little bit, or maybe not put you in a good position to win games. And so, you know, if you have the ability and to try to go deep, and you know, you do your homework to try to make sure that you get through the second and third time through the lineup. You know, it's important to balance out the staff and kind of balance out the workload. And I mean, I feel like that's what we've been about here since I got here. And you know, we've had guys like Dallas and Charlie, and bring in guys in Zach and wade through a bunch of innings for us. And you know, so I'm just happy to play my role, really, and like I said, just get as deep as I can, and save the guys for, you know, you never know when somebody's gonna have a bad day, right? Like, we're all human, so I mean, you don't take it for granted what Justin does the night before, and you don't take it for granted that they haven't maybe thrown, the bullpen rather hasn't maybe thrown as much as some other bullpens, because on any given night you could need to go to them early, and you want them just as fresh as possible for those situations, because every game matters.
Fifth row on the right.
I know we've talked about this before, but you had a career high 118 pitches tonight, and then on the 116th one, you were still throwing 100. Like, how are you able to consistently do that, like late in games?
God, seriously, I've been doing it for a long time, and I just try to not mess it up.
Second row on the left.
You mentioned Martine. Just talk about your relationship and the trust that you have with your battery mate there.
Yeah, I mean, it goes through the whole staff. I mean, I threw to 4 different guys this year, and I picked up a win with every one of them. It's not just Martine. It's Robbie. It's Stubby. It's Max. And the communication between that core and the pitching staff is really good. We try to get on the same page and try to just kind of pitch collectively as a unit. I mean, I thought specifically this evening, Martine was, as locked in as I've ever seen him. Driving in runs, running the bases. I don't know how many leverage blocks he had in the last inning, maybe the last couple innings. That's tough to do. I mean, I threw 118. I think Osuna threw 30. Will threw somewhere around 10. So that's like 150 pitches, and he's dropping to his knees without any room for error after 3 hours. With just high leverage pitches. I mean, to be that locked in is pretty special. He had one of his best nights back there, and it's a big reason why we won the game. It's a big reason why we pitched so well tonight.
Back right, Tim.
Garrett, I want to just follow up on you throwing 99 or 100 and 115 plus pitches. I think that's viewed in the moment as you digging deep, quote unquote, in the moment. But I wonder if you think of it as something you started doing in the middle of February, or
I've been doing it since I've been 17.
Whatever it is that allows you to get to that tonight is more than just in that moment, right?
I mean, it's just I don't know what to say. It's a blessing. I mean, I don't know. I just do it. I mean, I did it all night. So it's just my fastball. I just throw it and it comes out.
Last one from Jeff on the right.
Gary, you talked about how you felt like you made a couple of mistakes. Can you talk about a couple of the really good pitches you feel like you made today and why you think they were so good?
Yeah, Choi had given us fits, and there was a really good fastball I threw him, second at bat inside, and I felt like it surprised him a bit. I felt that bought us some leverage throughout the zone. Another pitch, let me think. There was another couple good curveballs to some of the left-handers. 2-2. Meadows' first inning executed curveball was big for us. I mean, he was battling. He's having long at-bats all night. And same thing, later in the game, there was a first pitch curveball to a right-hander. I felt like that kind of set the tone for the at-bat. Those are some of the ones that stand out. Just executed off-speed pitches in big spots, and then this fastball that is inside. It just kind of surprised him.